Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today bringing you another episode of our RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 Let's Play Conflict World. So in this episode we're going to do a few different things. I have to do some basic maintenance of the park, just a lot of areas that just need a wee bit of tidying up I think. I'm also going to add in one or two more rides. We're going to build a roller coaster over here as well, and maybe start laying the foundations for a new area. Not really at all sure where I'm going to build it. Probably over this side I think actually is where I'm going to go ahead and build it. And it's going to be a sandy biome, which is going to go ahead and take in some of our Egyptian themes, scenery, and also some of our classic Romans. It's going to be a bit of a mixture, which I know, yes, they're not the same time periods, they're not the same this and that. But I'm going to go ahead and try and mix them together and see how they get on. So to start off with though, our park rating has dropped a bit. That is not good, so we need to go ahead and address this issue before it gets out of hand and the park gets closed down, because we really do not want that. So fundamentally we'll just wait for this to update a little bit. Bathrooms always an issue. You really think that like 41 and 42 people out of overall 1,800 people is really marginal, but it just digs away, it just really starts to dig away at stuff, so I'm really going to have to go ahead and address those two issues. Just put some more bathrooms in. I can't really do too much about that. I'm just checking for one or two other issues. So I've been queuing for Paradise Penguins or Penguin Paradise for ages. I have a feeling we have an issue with this ride actually. What's going on? There's something going on here and it's not running. The ride isn't running, which is odd. So what I'm going to do is, people are obviously getting bored of being in this line and they're getting really annoyed, and the ride doesn't seem to be moving. I'm not really at all sure why. You've been there a long time it looks like as well, so I've got a feeling maybe the ride has crashed. So I'm going to go ahead and close it, and I'm going to go ahead and try and edit it, so that gets everyone off the ride I believe, which is good. There's something wrong with this ride. It says crash there now, which is interesting. I'm not really at all sure why that is. So if we go ahead and not necessarily reset it, but what I'm going to do is delete a piece. Then I'm going to go forward again, and then we're going to go ahead and do that. Yep, there we go. So that's it sort of hopefully reset. So if we go ahead and open it, it's still got its crash status though. And the cars haven't returned to the train station either. So it looks like you could be out of bound for now. So we're going to leave you closed. Hopefully that's dealt with that issue, people queuing for too long. What I'm going to go ahead and do is start building some bathrooms though, just around the place, just to go ahead and solve our issue. I'm not really at all sure where else I can put them though, because they are pretty regular I would say. There's one there, so I'll put one over here, like that. I know where I need to go ahead and put in the first aid rooms. Obviously they're going to be beside roller coasters, that's the best thing to do. So if we jump over here, there's one there, however we'll put one... Oh, we just got an award for the safest park in the country, even though 2 episodes people died in our park, which is interesting, so, don't know about that one. But I'm just trying to look, where else can we honestly put bathrooms? Like, straight up, where else can we put bathrooms? I really don't know. Right, we're going to keep monitoring this. It's gone back up since I've closed that ride down, so we'll keep monitoring that, keep checking back, like we usually have to, and see how that does. But what we're going to go ahead and do is start laying the foundations for our new area in this episode. I'm not really going to start it though, just because I want to go ahead and build a few more rides. So the desert area is going to be in this corner here, so I'm very quickly just going to map an area out. So that's me maps out this area here. What it's going to be is it's going to be a water area with water rides in it, funnily enough, because that's why there is water. Right now we have a fair amount of water rides, which we can go ahead and put in. I'm going to go ahead and put the canoes and the rowing boats in the area of water, and then I'll have these 2 other crocodile and river rapids around that. And hopefully we'll unlock some more water rides in the future. I'm not really at all sure what's going to be coming next. Hopefully some more water rides will be coming along, because there's quite a few in this park. But with that area sort of set up, we can go ahead and build another roller coaster, which is what I want to do. And then we're going to go ahead and work on a wee bit of park maintenance this episode. So, I think we want to go for something large, but something not too large, you know, something that would fit in here quite nicely. So what I'm thinking about doing is going ahead and building something in here like that. So that would fit absolutely perfectly, I think. We don't have one of these in my park yet, and I don't think we have another roller coaster like it, to be honest. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to keep up with this wee area is a small area in itself here, these small gentle rides, and we're going to go ahead and add in this food mall in this episode as well. I believe for some reason there's 2 mechanics going over to it. But what we're going to go ahead and do is open this up. Hopefully this one doesn't crash or cause any fatalities. I should probably really test my rides at first. But what we're going to do is change the colour scheme because it is a bit dark. So we're going to change this to abstract. We're going to go ahead and change this to that kind of green, which is interesting. Then the other colour is going to be, what goes well with a dark green? Orange? Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And then orange. That looks kind of hideous, but I kind of want to keep it at the same time. I'm just trying to think what different colours we've not really used. I don't think that really goes either though. Red? No, that doesn't look good either. We'll go for a light green. That doesn't look too bad. We'll leave it like that for now. It is a bit of an eyesore though. And it definitely sticks out, which is kind of what you want to have, I suppose. But we'll see how that ride does. So far it's not really getting too much intake. That's another roller coaster built in there. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this so-called dubbed maintenance, which I want to do. So the part rating is back at 999, which is great to see. So we're probably going to have to go and replace that ride now, actually. Coming to think of it, this roller coaster over here. So that is going to take a while to do, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do now then, because this is obviously, since I've closed this, my part rating has gone back up. So this was the fundamental problem, so we're going to go ahead and demolish you. I just don't know what happened. I really don't. But you're going, so you've gone. I think we're going to try build a custom roller coaster, I'm not going to lie, I think we're going to try build a custom roller coaster, so I'm just trying to work out what type of roller coaster that was. We've got penguin bobsleighs. Do we have these rides in? It's difficult, I keep forgetting that was what we had. So let's go ahead and build something like this. So we're going to go ahead and build in with this area here. I hope it's a good idea anyway. So that's a platform. Now, I'm not very good with building roller coasters, so we're going to see how this goes. This could go absolutely awfully. I don't think I'm going to build it that intense. It was very intense before, so no, that's not going to quite work like that, is it? So if we go ahead and turn you around like so, then that's not, and it really needs to just get some speed off the start. So how to physics here. We've also got the park with the best roller coasters, which I don't really think we have that exciting roller coasters, to be honest. Then what's going to happen is you're going to start to go up the way. I don't know if you're going to be able to go off the start though, but you're going to get some height. Quite a bit of height actually. Then what you're going to do, you need some momentum off the start, so what we're going to do is have you come around here. Then what you're going to do is you're going to just come straight back down actually to about there. Then what's going to happen is you're going to curl that way around. We're actually going to go out with your limit there. Then what you're going to do is drop down even more. Jesus, what are you trying to do? Well, we have quite a few different specials we can go ahead and do, which is interesting. So we want to steady you back up. What other specials we can do? We can do brakes or block brakes. We don't really need brakes though, do we? I'll have you special left twice to around here. So it's going to destroy quite a bit of the trees actually, but I'm not overly bothered by that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go up a tiny bit more, level out, and then you're going to have another large drop, which is going to be under the other drop, like so. I need to get a good view of this. And then what we're going to have is you level out onto the ground like so. Yep. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. There's no photo one on this, is there? No. I think we'll just keep you going for now. I don't want another station though, so I'll have you coming along here. Then what I'm going to do is have you just curl around here. You're going to have to go like this round here though, because you're going to have quite a bit of momentum at this stage. Then what I'm going to do, I just want to sort of see how this does, because I don't know if it's going to be very good or not. Then what we're going to have you do is just sort of roll through the trees here. You're going to come back around and you're going to arrive hopefully back at the station in one piece. So that's that built. I'm going to have to go ahead and test this though because it is a custom. So if we go ahead and put an entrance and exit, let's go ahead and test this, see how it does. So it's on its first ever test run. We're just going to follow this train here in both views. So it's departing, it's got a slow start, which is understandable, yes. You're then going to go up the traction climb here. I really don't know how much of you're going to have enough momentum to get round this whole thing, actually. I really don't. Looking at the other car, it's kind of slow. It's not too bad. I'm going to have brakes before it comes into the station. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe it could be okay. So you come down there, wrap around. It's really not that exciting compared to what it used to be. Something's going on there. I didn't like that. Stop by block brakes. Then it continues. So it's doing not too bad. It just stops and then restarts there, and then it comes down here again. I think it works. I think it's all good. We'll wait for it. I think it's done a full test run now, or not quite yet. So here it comes back round. Comes flying around that corner and then back into the station, which is block brakes as well. So we'll see what the results are. Everything seemed to go okay there. So it's got some quite basic stats actually. It's not that exciting compared to the old one anyway. What I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and open this up after we just go ahead and add in some different colours. So we're going to change this up to the Arctic blue, and we're going to get rid of the blue there as well. So that is it pretty much how it used to be. We're going to go ahead and open this up and see how it will do. I'm a wee bit cautious, so I'm going to wait to actually see some passengers go on it. Because you do come to a real sharp stop there. But there's now people getting on the ride for the first ever time, so I'm going to watch this through and see how it does. And then I've also had, oh, the dinghy slide. That's a water ride, and it's a really good water ride as well to go ahead and use. So there's people now on this ride, so I hope they don't die, that's for sure. The tests went fine though. I realise obviously people is going to add a wee bit of weight to the rides, but I think it should be okay. It's really not that intense. Has it got an intensity rating yet? Yeah, okay, so it's a classified excitement. The intensity is high. It's classified as a high intensity ride. So you go down there, fine, you go around there. This will be the interesting part. So that did that fine. It's not classified as crashed. And then hopefully you'll keep going. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yep, there we go. It takes a while, but it does keep going. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap around. Overall, everything seems to be going fine. What are the people saying? Not really much so far. Is there any thoughts on it? Not yet. But that comes down, comes around, which is nice to see. And then back into the station. There's also quite a big queue for it as well, so at least it's not crashing. It's not killing anyone, which is a good thing. I just want to see the people's initial thoughts on it. Is there any thoughts so far? It was great, so that's absolutely wonderful. Thank you to Brent G for that. So, that's it being replaced. That's a new ride in there, which is good. Holy shit, I never realised the line would be this long. I can't imagine it's going through people at that fast a rate. I'm going to put TVs in the line just so people don't moan too much. So there's that going on there. So we've done a few different things in this episode. What we're going to go ahead and do now is jump into a time lapse, because I need to go ahead and do some maintenance at this front area. It's just a mess. I'm going to go ahead and update this very quickly. Right, so there we go. I thought I'd just go ahead and add in more flowers at the front just because there was just a wee bit too much inconsistency at the front. There was different kinds of flowers, there wasn't enough necessary, what do we call them, fences at the front. It was just a wee bit too inconsistent, and the entrance to the park is one of the areas which you want to have near enough perfect. So we are having an issue with broken down rides though, so I'm going to go ahead and help out by adding in a few more. You must be stuck in a glitch, I'm guessing you are. Yeah, there's always this glitch if it's, again, if you're at the other side of the lake, you can't get round the other side. It is really annoying, and I think I might go ahead and deal with this issue actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the lake in half, which yes might be a bit surprising, but what I am going to do is I'm going to build right through the lake, because this issue is coming up too much. We need to go ahead and resolve it. And what I'm going to do is build a bridge. Not a wall, a bridge. So we're going to go ahead and do something like that. Can't seem to build. There we go. You're up, mate. You're up. Yeah, it's unfortunate because that guy was actually looking sick there, but he is now moved. I don't know where he's gone to. I do want to add in some more benches actually along here though, just in case people are sick. And I also want to add more benches at the front here, just because this tiny wee food area we have at the front is a wee bit poaching, and I think there should be more areas to sit down and eat your food at the front here. Most of these benches are full, benches along here are full as well, and there's nothing wrong with having plenty of benches along the side of the pathway. So that is that updated there. It looks a wee bit better, I think. I think it was really worth it. I just want to see the statistics on this toilet. So total customers, it's had over 2,000 customers, which is pretty cool. I don't think anyone has any thoughts on the restroom though. That'd be kind of funny. But it is satisfaction 50%, popularity is 100%, so it definitely gets a lot of use. I think that was a good placement. But the final thing we're going to do in this episode is go ahead and finish off this food mall. I've already started doing some of it, so we're just going to go ahead and place in some of the new rides or different shops that we've got in here. So we've unlocked the cookie shop recently, which I think is a very, very cool one. Why don't we go ahead and add in, I'm just going to add in a few different ones here. We're also going to have, this is quite a small, I can't pronounce my words, what is going on? I'm going to have a small food area over here, and we're also going to have one in our desert area as well. Really not at all sure what to call this desert area, or the area we're about to go ahead and construct. We've also got a candy floss stall, which kind of looks a bit scary, I'm not going to lie, with that face there. But we're going to add in a few more food stalls here, and we're going to have another food area in our sand area as well. That's why I don't want to make this one too big. So we're just going to very quickly add in a few more in here. I probably need to have a drink stall as well, which we'll go for too. Go for the good old drink stall cans, like so. So that's that set, and then in the next episode what we're going to go ahead and do is delve in over here. I'm very quickly just going to go ahead and add in some more trees in this area here, just to, you know, make it look a wee bit more realistic, and then we'll go ahead in the next episode and start on our new area as well. I also need to go ahead and finish off this, which I'll do it in my spare time because that is a bit boring to do. Just make the boundary look nice. So I'm pretty happy with how this episode has gone. There seems to, hopefully these mechanics can now not get caught on this middle of the lake. I think that's a good idea, having that there. That means that there's a path leading, means that people don't get stuck going around this lake, and it means people can get access to the cinemas easier as well, which is good to see. Our new ride seems to be doing exceptionally well. There doesn't really seem to be any issues with it, which is nice to see. I can only have 2 trains unfortunately, but if we go into guest thoughts, as you can see, lots of them think it was great, so I'm really glad about that. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed watching this episode of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.